Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss another video of Bhakti Charu Swami.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschatta Deshutarine Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda
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 Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jayo Jayo Shri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jayo Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 8, talks between the Lord and Ramananda Rai. Text 111 onwards. So I think Maharaj is reading every evening, Chaitanya Charitamrita, very nice. Chaitanya Charitamrita is such a wonderful scripture. When one can delve into it, enter into the topic of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he sees that it's so full of nectar. This is a very, very advanced stage of spiritual understanding. The discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. Actually, this discussion is gradually taking to the highest spiritual understanding. And this topic that we have come now is actually that highest level of spiritual understanding. It is beginning with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking Ramananda Rai the goal of life. What is the goal of life? Mahaprabhu is asking and Ramananda Rai is answering. In a way, this is something like the teacher teaches the student and then the teacher asks the student. As if the teacher is asking the student. Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna and Ramananda Rai is Arjun. Ramananda Rai actually is four personalities, one entity. Ramananda Rai is Arjun, Ramananda Rai is Vishakha Devi, Ramananda Rai is an expansion of Lalita Devi, and Ramananda Rai is an expansion of Arjun, Sakha, Krishna's friend Arjun in Vrindavan. So these four personalities in one entity. Now the question is, how is it possible? How can four personalities be in one entity? So this is how we have to consider that the spiritual domain is beyond our understanding. How it happens, we cannot say. In the spiritual plane, one can become many, and many also can become one. And in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, we find more than one personality is one entity. For example, Haridas Thakur is an expansion of Lord Brahma. Haridas Thakur also is an expansion of Prahlad Maharaj. Anyway, so since it is beyond our understanding, we simply have to accept the way it is presented. That is the very, very important qualification for those who are trying to understand the spiritual reality. The spiritual topic is explained in the scriptures. And whatever is presented in the scriptures, we have to accept it. Not that we have to accept it, but it's meant to be accepted. Like, for example, when somebody goes to study in the university, can he question the authenticity of the books that has been presented? Can he question what the teacher is saying? No, one has to accept. Somebody who is studying medicine, he cannot say, oh, these books on medicine are not right. They are not important. Or what the teacher is saying, oh, that's not right. I know better than the teacher. Then can he learn? No. So when we want to study something, we have to accept these two aspects: the authority of the books and the authority of the teachers. We have to accept if we want to make spiritual advancement. About these two things, there cannot be any question. Of course, for that matter, the important thing is to find the right teacher. But once we find the right teacher, then we cannot question his authority. A student or a seeker can seek and search, but when he finds the right teacher, he has to accept. So here, Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai is Arjuna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, Ramananda Rai is Arjuna. Krishna told Arjuna Bhagavad Gita, right? So now Krishna is asking Arjuna, let's see what you understood. It's as if a teacher is asking the questions here. So then Ramananda Rai said, the goal of life is to follow the varnashram. And here is another thing about discussion about spiritual topic. What we say must be substantiated by scriptures. When we say something, we have to substantiate it with the scriptural evidence. We can't just speculate and say something. So, this statement, Ramananda Rai substantiated with a verse. Varnashrama bhata purushena parah puman Vishnur aradhate pantha nainam tattoshokaranam. Following the 4 ashrams, varnashram, and 4 varnas and 4 ashram, which is called varnashram dharma. So that is the beginning of human civilization. Human society is structured with this 4 varnas and 4 ashrams. Individuals have been classified according to their guna and karma. Chaturvarnam maya srishta guna karma vibhagasha. Krishna has created it. 4 varnas: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And 4 ashrams: Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. So this is the way. Following the varnashram is the way to please or worship, proper way to worship Vishnu. Vishnur aradhate pantha. Pantha, the way to worship Vishnu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected that. It's external. Iho bacho, age kaho har. This is external. Tell me beyond that. That's not the ultimate. Why? Because it is a material consideration. Guna, karma, modes of material nature, and so these are material goal, following the varnashram. Then Ramananda Roy spoke about karma yoga, and he substantiated Jat karosi, jat asnasi, jat juhasi, dadasi jat, jat tapushoshi konteya, tat kurusha madarmana. Krishna is telling Arjun in Bhagavad Gita, Arjun, jat karosi, whatever you do, jat asnasi, whatever you eat, jat juhasi, whatever sacrifice you perform, dadasi jat, whatever you give in charity, jat tapussoshi, whatever austerities you perform, offer them all to me. That means do them for my sake. Offer the results of your actions to me. That's the principle of karma yoga. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected that. No. That's also external. External means material. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leading to the point, the ultimate goal of life is not to do things for the material, on the material plane. The goal of life is to come to the spiritual plane. So that's why gradually he is bringing this up, rejecting that. Then Ramananda said, the rejection of karma. That is the goal of life. Karma tag. Sarva dharman parittajya mamekam sharanam braja. Mahaprabhu rejected that also. That's also external. Then he went to the Jnana Yoga platform. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu madbhakting labhate param. Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Although it's saying Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati, he is beyond this material nature. He is situated in the Brahma bhuta platform. In that platform, he doesn't hanker for anything or lament for anything. He doesn't hanker for something that he doesn't have and lament for something that he lost. Na shochati, na kankshati. Sama sarveshu bhuteshu. At that platform, he sees everyone equally. And in that platform, he gets madbhakting labhate param. He attains my transcendental devotional service. Mahaprabhu rejected that also. Iho bacho age kahor. Then Ramananda Rai said, Jnane prayasam udapasya namanti eva jivanti sanmukharitang bhavadiya vartam sthane sthitva shrutigatang tanubang manobhi prayasho ajito tattrilakha prayasho ajito tattrilakha je prayash chitopi. So, yeah, the last line, it's not coming to my mind. So, being situated wherever one is, sthane sthitva. Shrutigatan, according to the Vedas, or according to the according to the instructions of a spiritual master. Tanubang manobhi engages his body, mind and words in the service of the Lord. Then the Lord, who is inconquerable, becomes conquered. The Lord who is inconquerable, the Lord is ajita. He becomes jita, asi, becomes conquered. Nobody could conquer Krishna. Ravan could not, Hiranyakashipu could not. They are such powerful individuals that nobody could. But the devotees can conquer Krishna with their love. So then Mahaprabhu accepted that. Yes, that's right. Then Mahaprabhu said, okay, tell me, what is beyond that? Fine, you have come to the right point. When the body, mind and words, according to the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, becomes engaged in the service of the Lord, that is the right platform. Then, but still Mahaprabhu said, Yohoy, this is fine, this is right. But tell me beyond that. Then Ramananda Rai said, the devotional service in Shantarash. Mahaprabhu accepted that. But still he said, that's right, tell me what is beyond that. He's told about devotional service in Dasyaras, the mode of servitorship. Mahaprabhu said, that's very good, tell me what's beyond that. Then he told about devotional service in friendship. Good, that's right. What is beyond that? Devotional service and parental love. So this is how it's gradually coming from one level of devotion to a higher level of devotion. And then Mahaprabhu said, yes, fine. What is beyond that? Devotional service in Vatsalya Ras. Fine. What is beyond that? Devotional service in conjugal love. Good. What is beyond that? In conjugal love, here it is coming to this point. In devotional life, in conjugal love, like Krishna's loving relationship with the gopis, that is the conjugal relationship. But tell me, what is beyond that? So he is mentioning that Krishna is dancing with 16,000 gopis. But there is one Krishna between two gopis. But in the center, Krishna is dancing with one gopi. So that gopi must be very special. Then that gopi became upset with Krishna. And she left the rasa dance. So Krishna left all 16,000 gopis and followed her. So therefore that gopi must be very special among all the gopis. And in this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, through Ramananda Rai, reveal the identity of Srimati Radharani. Who is that particular gopi? Didn't mention her name, but mentioned Anaya Radhita, one who is very expert in Aradhana. That is, who is expert in Aradhana? Radha. So this is how Radharani's identity has been revealed. So Maharaj brought us onto a very, very exalted point. Okay, so this verse is saying, Aherivo goti premna shabhava kutila bhavet tato hetor hetoscha junor mana udanchati. The progress of loving affairs between a young boy and a young girl is like the movement of a snake. It's quite a shocking statement here. That loving relationship is like the movement of a snake. What does it actually mean? Have you seen a snake moving? How does it move? Right. It moves, it doesn't move in straight line. It moves in crooked way. Shabhava kutila. Kutila means crooked. So in a kutil, in a crooked way, it is. So similarly, the movement of love is like that. It doesn't move in straight line. The progress of loving affairs between a young boy and a young girl is like the movement of a snake. On account of this, two types of anger arises between a young boy and girl. Anger with cause and anger without cause. If it was moving in a straight line, I love you, you love me. But it is not like that. I love you, you love me. I fight with you, you fight with me. So that is how what makes the love affair. And this fight sometimes, or this anger in the loving relationship, sometimes is with cause and sometimes without any cause. Radharani gets upset with Krishna and she tells the gopis, don't let him come near me anymore. And the gopis also tells, when Krishna comes, better you go away, she's in a real bad mood. If you go in front of her, then he'll be in trouble. So here it's now coming to the point. Srila Prabhupada is saying in the purport, during the Rasa dance, one form of Krishna was between every two gopis. One form of Krishna was between two gopis. But by the side of Srimati Radharani, there was only one Krishna. Although this was the case, Srimati Radharani still manifested disagreement with Krishna. This verse is from Ujjal Nilamani. Shringara Bheda Katha Kathan 102, written by Srila Rupa Goswami. So then, it's in Bengali. This verse was in Sanskrit from Ujjal Nilamani. Text 112. Krodh kori rash chhari gala man kori tarena dekhya bakulo hoilo Shri Hari. Krodh kori rash chhari gala man kori tarena dekhya bakul hoilo Shri Hari. When Radharani left the rasa dance out of anger and resentment, Lord Shri Krishna became very anxious because he could not see her. Shammokshar Bashana Krishner Lasha Lila, Rasha Lila Bashanate Radhika Shrinkhala. Lord Krishna's desire in the Rasa Lila circle is perfectly complete, but Srimati Radharani is the binding link in that desire. Taha binu Rasha Lila nahi bhai chitte Mandali chhariya gala Radha anneshite. The rasa dance does not shine in the heart of Krishna without Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he also gave up the circle of the rasa dance and went out to search for her. Itastato bhramikaha radhana paiya bishad karen kamubani khinna hoiya. When Krishna went out to search for Srimati Radharani, he wandered here and there. Not finding her, he became afflicted by the arrow of Cupid and began to lament. Shatokoti gopite nahi kam nirbapon, tahate onumani ratri radhikar gun. Since Krishna's lusty desires were not satisfied even by the midst of hundreds of thousands of gopis, and he was thus searching after Srimati Radharani, we can easily imagine how transcendentally qualified she is. Prabhu kahe je lage ailam tomar sthane, সেই সব তত্ত্ববস্তু হইল মোর জ্ঞানে. After hearing this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Ramananda Rai, that for which I have come to your residence has now become an object of truth in my knowledge. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told Ramananda Rai, for the reason why I have come here, that reason has been fulfilled. I got the right understanding. This is how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is performing his pastimes. Ebeshe janilo saddho sadhan nirnay, age aro ache kichu shunite mon hai. Now I have come to understand the sublime goal of life and the process of achieving it. Nevertheless, I think that there is something more ahead, and my mind is desiring to have it. So here we come to the point, we found the goal of life. What is the goal of life? Goal of life is to develop our loving relationship Krishna in the conjugal relationship. But now he is pointing out that of that relationship, who is the best? Srimati Radharani is the best. Krishner Swarup kaho, Radhar Swarup, Rosh kon tattva, Prem kon tattva roop. Now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going deep. Please tell me, kindly explain the transcendental features of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Also explain the truth of transcendental mellows and the transcendental form of love of Godhead. কৃপা করি এই তত্ত্ব কহত আমারে, তোমা বিনা কেহ ইহা নিরূপিতে নারে। কৃপা করি এই তত্ত্ব কহত আমারে, তোমা বিনা কেহ ইহা নিরূপিতে নারে। Kindly explain all these truths to me, but for yourself no one can ascertain them. So Maharaj said that here generally is 10 verses one night. So I came up to 111 to 120. So I'll stop here. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai Ki Jai. See, Chaitanya Mahacharitamrita is giving such sublime and very clear understanding. If we just understand this discussion between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai, we understood everything. We found the goal of life. Following Varnashram is the goal of life. Performing Karma Yoga is the goal of life. Giving up Karma Yoga or taking Karma Sannyas is the goal of life. Is Jnana Yoga the goal of life? Then, devotional service devoid of karma and gyan is the goal of life? Yes. Anna bhilashita shunnam, this is also Ramananda Rai pointed. What is the definition of pure devotion? Anna bhilashita shunnam jnana karmad anapritam anukullena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. Anna bhilashita shunnam, no other desire besides devotion to Krishna, which is even free from the covering of jnana and karma. Vedic Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda section. Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. Even free from that. That is Bhakti Ruttama. That is pure devotional service, and that pure devotional service is the goal of life. And this pure devotional service can be executed in 5 different niveaus: neutrality, servitorship, friendship, parental, conjugal. And of these 5, highest is conjugal relationship. The way Krishna, the way the gopis loved Krishna, the way the gopis rendered devotional service to Krishna, that is the ultimate goal. Ultimate. So that is the highest. So, and then, among all the gopis, who is the highest? Srimati Radharani. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande Hari. Does anybody have any question? Yes, Shyam Murari.
You mentioned that in one of the translations that after Srimati Radharani left the Rasa dance, Krishna was afflicted by the arrow of Cupid, but at the same time he is Madan Mohan. He's the enchanter of thousands of Cupids.
Yes, that's transcendental. Transcendental lust. In simple words, we can say that whatever is here must be there in the spiritual world. If this material nature is a reflection of the spiritual world, so if something is there in the reflection, then that must be there in substance, in the real platform. So in the material nature we experience lust. So how can lust be here if it is not there? Only difference is, here the lust is our lust. There it is Krishna's lust. Can we understand? As you said, is Madan Mohan. Then how can he be affected by Madan or Cupid's influence? But then I also have to understand that that's true, but there is Madan Mohan Mohini. So that Madan Mohan Mohini attracts Krishna. So Krishna feels this attraction towards her. Right? And that is the real love. Krishna's pleasure between Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his pleasure potency. So this lust is not for us. There it is love, and here it is lust. What appears to be lust is not there in the spiritual world. The spiritual world only has love. In the material nature it appears in the form of lust. How? Lust means trying to gratify our own senses. Atmendriya pritivancha tare boli kam. Desire to gratify our own senses. That is called lust. But Krishnendriya pritivicha dhare premna. The desire to give pleasure to Krishna's senses is love. See the difference between love and lust? What is the difference like? Kam andho tamo prem nirmal bhaskar. Lust is like deepest darkness. And love is like brilliant as the sun. See the difference? When it is love for Krishna is brilliant as the sun. And when we try to give pleasure to our senses, that is deepest darkness. Lust is the deepest darkness. Love is brilliant as the sun. Kam andha tamo prem nirmal bhaskar. Okay? Therefore you have to get rid of lust in order to fall in love. With whom? Love is only for Krishna. In the material nature, these so-called love affairs are not love affairs, they're lust affairs. I love you in material nature means I want to use you for my sense gratification. That is Atmendriya Pritivancha Tarivodikam. But when it is the desire to give pleasure to Krishna's senses, that is love. And the gopis' only concern is how to give pleasure to Krishna's senses. And pleasure to Krishna's senses are not like our pleasure to our sense pleasure. Krishna's senses are so wonderful. All his senses can perform the activities of our other senses. Right? Angani jasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. All his parts of all his angas, all his limbs can perform all the activities of all the senses. So can you imagine what is his capacity? So his sense pleasure is not like ours. But when we provide pleasure to his senses, then our heart becomes full of joy. How? Just like being connected to a flow of electricity, what will you get? You'll get shock. Electric current will pass through you. So Krishna is a reservoir of pleasure. So when you get connected to Krishna, what will you get? When you get connected to reservoir of pleasure, what do you get? You get real pleasure. He is Anandamai, he is full of joy. When you get connected to the one who is full of joy, what do you get? If you want to enjoy, that's the real way to enjoy. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.